Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the European Union tried to push 18 billion euros in aid for Ukraine. Hungary said no. So why? Because it's not in Hungary's interest. And if we go by following rules, regulations, laws and all that, then nobody should be upset about it. And I tell you why. When you play, a board game, all right, or you play, soccer, football, a game with more people involved, okay? And let's say it's an individual game where you win based on your own performance, then you will figure out people who start losing, they will act out, certain kind of people. And they will start trying to change the rules to benefit them for that second. And in the next second, the same rule that he just made or he tried to make would benefit someone else, he's going to make the rule back to how it was or make another one that would not benefit that one. That's called a lack of justice, okay? We know all that. So the European Union has certain rules, which one of them is when they want to place sanctions on a country outside, obviously, of the European Union, all country members have to be in agreement. It has to be unanimity. All of them have to say yes. All right? If one of them says no, that has the power over a veto. That means everything goes tossed in the garbage bin. So in this case, we have the European Union who tried to send Ukraine 18 billion euros of aid. And this article comes from Sputnik, and it's from 3 hours ago, on December 6th, 2022. Hungary slaps down 18 billion euros EU aid package for Kiev. Hungary has adhered to an independent position on Ukraine throughout the current crisis, owing to its difficult relationship with Kiev. The two have been engaged in a long-running dispute going back to 2014 Ukrainian coup, which brought a nationalist government to power that has discriminated against Ukraine's ethnic Hungarian minority. No, that can't be possible. I thought they were discriminating only against the Russians, or not even. The Hungarian finance minister, Mihály Varga, has blocked an 18 billion euro concessionary loan package for Ukraine. And I'm quoting what Mr. Varga said. As we talked about earlier, Hungary is not in favor of the amendment of the financial regulation, end quote, Varga said at an EU finance ministers meeting on Tuesday, cutting short debate on the issue. The meeting also included talks on the ongoing quote-unquote rule of law spat between Brussels and Budapest, under which the EU has threatened to suspend some 7.5 billion euros in funds promised to Hungary over its failure to pass a 17-point series of reforms, as well as a new 15% global flat tax rate for the large corporations. Hungary and the rest of the EU failed to agree on any of these issues on Tuesday's gathering. Well, that's what happens. And I'm quoting now the Czech finance minister. We were unable to pass the aid package, but we will not give up. You know what that means, right? Our goal remains to start providing assistance to Ukraine in early January. Czech finance minister Zbigniew Stanjura said after Hungary blocked the 18 billion euro in proposed aid. Yeah, we'll not give up. We're going to take care. Maybe Orban is going to have an accident like many others. All right? So then they like 3 paragraphs here where they say poor Ukrainians are doing this for us and we don't help them. And then we have some Lithuanian talking here smack, and other weasels that blame Hungary for everything, like they blame Putin now for everything. If you don't have an erection, must be because you're upset with Putin, and that affects your mental libido, if you know what I mean. So, Budapest's approach to the crisis stem in part from criticism of successive Ukrainian government's treatment of the 156,000 plus strong community of ethnic Hungarians living in southwestern Ukraine near the border with Hungary, who have faced discrimination and been deprived of their rights to receive an education in their native language. But how come there are 156,000 plus Hungarians on the territory of Ukraine, you might ask? I mean, if you have, basic desire to know. I think the Orban sent them over there, and because the Ukrainians are so good-hearted, they just accepted them. Oh, you say that's not what it was? Oh, it's because that Transcarpathia was given to Ukraine when Ukraine was formed, taken from the Hungary. Is that what you say? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Now I do know. Oh, you say Bukovina also was given from Romania to Hungary in the same way, so they have a lot of Romanians too? Well, I didn't know that either. No. Are you telling me that Poland has Polish people in Ukraine the same way Hungary and Romania has? What kind of country is that? Oh, and Russians too? All these guys just crossed the border into Ukraine and just settled down on the poor victims Ukrainians, are you saying, man? No? Okay. Or maybe Ukraine was formed out of many things and many. No? That's politically incorrect. Okay, I will not say it. Promise. Bullshit. Look at this. They've been deprived of the right to receive an education in their native language. When Romania turned from the communist country into free and independent and democracy and all that BS like Iraqis are enjoying now, one of the requirements for Romania to become a European country, because Romania was somewhere in the cave, somewhere in the woods, in order to be brought back into the European family, it has to suck some yes, and make sure that it sucked it at certain times and numerous times, and then they would be brought into the bedroom. And one of that was the Hungarian minority in Romania had to learn in their own native tongue, which is Hungarian, which happened under Ceausescu and happened after that, and it's happening right now. That was a requirement for Romania to even be a member of the European Union, which I think it's fine, it's normal, okay? But the same thing for Romanians living in Hungary, which there are some, and that happens. So the same here. If Ukraine wants one day be part of the European community and the brotherhood and family, it needs to suck some, many times, and do this for Hungary, Poland, Romania, Russia, and other minorities that live over there. Roma/Gypsies, however you want to call, all right? But hey, how are they going to be part of the European Union, do you know? Because they are on the fast track with all this good record? I don't think so. On Tuesday, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban called for a review of anti-Russian sanctions, saying that Europe's energy crisis would have to be addressed swiftly to prevent its industrial base from disappearing. That's exactly what Macron said, and that's what Scholz tries to make signs like I'm in, but don't point the finger at me. I support you with my silence, as Dave Chappelle said about Jussie Smollett, the French actor. That's a very nice skit. Just watch it. yeah, the African American community were supporting Justin or whatever, just Juicy Smollett. You know, he makes it in French, but we were supporting him with our silence because we knew that was lying. So the same here. What's his name? Scholz is supporting Macron and Orban, but with his silence. He doesn't dare to show his face. He gets, not punch, I was going to say punch, but that's too much for Scholz. I think a beach slap would be enough for him. Or half, just with the top from it, over his beak. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.